She never imagined her life would come down to this, sleeping in a cold car with her newborn pressed against her chest, praying the engine didn't die in the middle of the night. But just when the world felt like it had abandoned her, a sharp knock on her window changed everything. She expected a police officer, or a stranger telling her to move. But what she saw instead, a man in a tailored suit holding a steaming cup of coffee, would shift her entire destiny. And she would soon learn. He was the CEO of the very company she once dreamed of working for. Open Book Chapter 1, The Night She Lost Everything. Rain hammered on the car roof like impatient fingers, waking Maya from a shallow, exhausted sleep. She blinked through the foggy window, her arms wrapped tightly around her 3-month-old baby girl, Aaliyah. The infant slept against her chest, unaware of the cold world outside or the storm crashing around them. The car smelled of damp clothes, baby milk, and fear. But it was all she had left. Just 6 months ago, Maya had a small apartment, a job at a bakery, and a plan, an imperfect plan, but a plan nonetheless. But life had a cruel way of taking everything at once. First her mother passed away unexpectedly. Then, pregnancy complications kept her from working. The bakery couldn't hold her position. Bills piled up. And when she couldn't keep up with rent, she lost her home. It was supposed to be temporary, just a week or two in the car until she found another job. But weeks turned into a month. And now here she was. A single mother. No home, no family, and a car with just enough gas to keep the heater running through the night. She brushed Aaliyah's cheek with trembling fingers. "Mommy's here, baby, I'm right here," she whispered, voice cracking. Her phone battery was at 2%. She had been using it sparingly for job searches. The last application she had sent was to Kingswell Industries, a massive corporation she never dreamed she'd hear back from. But desperation pushed her to apply anywhere. Another night passed. Then another. Maya parked the car in an empty corner of a 24-hour grocery store lot, her usual spot. It felt safer there. Less attention. More light. She didn't even realize she had drifted to sleep again until Aaliyah's cry jolted her awake. "Shish, sweetheart," she murmured, rocking her. And that was when she heard it, a sharp, sudden knock on the window. Her heart froze. Was someone reporting her? Was she in trouble? Her breath caught as she slowly turned her head toward the silhouette standing beside the driver's window. A man. Tall. Formal. Not a cop. Not a security guard. A well-dressed stranger with a steaming cup of coffee in his hand. His brows were furrowed with concern, not anger. Maya hesitated, fear clawing at her chest. She cracked the window just an inch. "Yes," she whispered. The man kneeled slightly, softening his voice. I'm sorry to startle you," he said. "But, are you okay? Do you need help?" Her eyes burned. The words felt like knives. No one had asked her that in months. She stayed silent, clutching her daughter tighter. The man glanced at the baby, then back at her. "Look, I don't want to intrude. But it's freezing out here. Please, let me help." She swallowed. "We're fine," she lied. He exhaled heavily, then said something that made her pulse stop. "You applied for a job at Kingswell Industries yesterday, right? Your name is Maya, correct?" Her breath hitched. How did he know? He extended a card toward the window. "I'm Daniel Hayes," he said quietly. "CEO of Kingswell." The CEO, standing outside her beat-up car. In the middle of the night. Looking at her like she mattered. And in that moment, for the first time in a long time, Maya felt the tiniest flicker of hope. Open Book. Chapter 2, The Knock That Changed Everything. Maya stared at the card in disbelief. Daniel Hayes, CEO. She had seen his face before on company newsletters and news articles. Kingswell Industries was one of the most respected companies in the city. But what on earth was he doing here? Daniel kept his voice gentle. "I usually stop by this store early in the mornings to clear my head before work. I noticed your car here a few nights now." He paused, choosing his words carefully. "And tonight I realized you weren't alone. You have an infant with you." Her throat tightened. She hated the pity in his eyes. But it wasn't pity, she realized, it was worry. "I'm not a bad mother," she said quickly, defensively. Life has been. "You don't owe me an explanation," he said immediately, raising a hand. "And I'm not here to judge you. I just want to make sure you and your daughter are safe." Aaliyah began to whimper, and Maya rocked her gently. Embarrassment, shame, and exhaustion washed over her. Daniel looked at her with a sincere softness that made her trust him despite her fear. "Please," he said, "let me buy you both breakfast. A warm meal. No strings attached." Her stomach growled at the mention of food. She hadn't eaten properly in 2 days. After a long moment, Maya nodded. Daniel stepped back, allowing her space. She carefully opened the door, pulling her thin jacket closer around her body. Daniel immediately noticed she was shivering. He opened the back door of his own car, sleek, warm, spacious, and gestured. "Please, sit inside for a moment. It's warm." Maya hesitated only a second before stepping inside. The heat enveloped her like a hug. Daniel watched her with thoughtful eyes before speaking again. "You're strong, Maya," he said softly. "Most people wouldn't survive what you've gone through. But you don't have to fight alone." Tears welled up in her eyes. "I don't want charity. And I'm not offering charity," he replied. "I'm offering a chance. A chance." 2 words that felt like the sun rising after the longest night. He continued, "I read your job application this morning. Your experience is impressive. And your cover letter." He shook his head. "It was honest. Brave. You're the kind of person I want on my team." Maya blinked, stunned. "You barely know me," she whispered. Daniel smiled faintly. Sometimes it doesn't take long to recognize someone's strength. Then he said the words that would alter her life forever. "Come to my office today. Let's talk about giving you a real position. And until then, I'm putting you and your daughter in a hotel. Somewhere safe. Tonight." Her breath broke. Tears streamed down uncontrollably. It felt like a dream, impossible, fragile, unreal. But it was real. For the first time in months, Maya felt her chest loosen. She held her baby close, whispering, "Things are going to change, sweetheart. I promise." Daniel drove them to a small hotel, clean, warm, welcoming. As he handed her the keycard, he said quietly, "No more sleeping in cars. You're not alone anymore." Maya stepped inside the room, the soft lights glowing warmly. A bed, clean sheets, a hot shower, safety. She sank to her knees, sobbing with gratitude. And as she rocked Aaliyah to sleep that night, she knew this was no miracle. It was the beginning of a new chapter, one she never expected but desperately needed.